Hello again. The suggestion is being made in several places over the last few weeks that walking is an activity in which white people enjoy an unfair advantage. Seriously, walking, the thing where you put one foot in front of the other. When I first read about this, I thought it was some kind of joke, but it is not. In the description to this video, you will find a link to a piece from a newspaper which has the heading Woman who joined diverse rambling group says walking shouldn't just be for dog owners and white people. They say diverse parts of the capital need more dedicated walking spaces. Now, I'm a great walker. I walk miles every day and I love roaming the streets or country lanes or whatever, wherever I happen to be. But I must confess that I have not the least idea of what a dedicated walking space might be, or in which way diverse parts of London lack them. It's all very mysterious. The article features an interview with a black woman who has, it seems, trouble in finding places to walk in Lewisham, in South London. I simply don't get this at all. Anybody can walk around Lewisham, just as I could walk around Loughton or Ilford, or as I used to when I lived in Tottenham or Stoke Newington. What could possibly stop you? What could prevent me going for as many walks as I wished, or walking as far as I want? Sometimes I walk from here down to Buckhurst Hill, or into Woodford, or I don't know, up to Thaden Boys and Epping, or round the country lanes there, or through the streets. I do that an awful lot. There is no explanation in the newspaper article as to what a dedicated walking space might be, or why black people and Asians need them in particular. But there is an interview with an Asian woman in the north of England. She says that, I love walking, so if I see a footpath sign, I'm going straight out. But I don't see these signs in Asian areas. I'm in Batley, and the more you go out, the more white it becomes. And it's there that you start seeing public footpath signs. I think that she means that one does not see footpath signs in the middle of towns, which is quite true, and that it is only when you reach the countryside that such things become common. This is all true enough, of course, but I cannot for the life of me see why it is necessary to bring skin colour into this. You can walk the streets if you wish and explore the byways of the town, as I often do, or if you prefer, you can go into the countryside and walk there. Both activities, both walking in towns and cities and walking in the country, have their attractions, slightly different perhaps, but neither really has anything at all to do with ethnicity or race. The September edition of UK Hill Walker addresses these concerns with a headline which claims that research reveals shocking inequality in access to the outdoors. Now, here again, I find this odd. Access to the outdoors really means you open your front door and go outside. That's the outdoors. At least that's what I mean. I mean, indoors is in your house, and if you go outdoors, you go out into the street or the country. I don't understand this idea that there should be any inequality in access, or that people are denied access to the outdoors. They're not. If they live in a city or a town, if I go out the doors here, I end up in the street that I live in. So if I want to, I can walk towards the countryside, or I can get a tube or a bus there. I do not really see how anybody has more access than anybody else to the outdoors. It seems, though, that, and I quote, the most white-dominated areas have 144% more local paths than the most ethnically diverse neighbourhoods. Again, this simply means that the majority of black and Asian people prefer to live in cities where there is no need for footpaths. Instead, there are these things called streets. Footpaths are only needed in the countryside. These articles point to a general thing going on at the moment about walking and rambling. promoting the idea that it is in some way something which only white people are able to take part in. I lived in Tottenham for 7 years in Lansdowne Road, around the back of the White Hart Lane Stadium. This was a very black dominated area indeed. But within a few hundred yards of Northumberland Park railway station, which was my nearest station, is Tottenham Marshes. These are broad grassy expanses which cover the area alongside the canal and the River Lee. You could walk for miles there, along the towpath if you wish to Walthamstow Marshes, or north up into Hertfordshire. There is as much walking there as you could possibly wish. We used to go for family picnics over the marshes and even held birthday parties there. You can see kestrels, foxes, you can catch tadpoles, there's all sorts of things you can do there. They are absolutely marvellous places and we spent a lot of time there. However, in those 7 years, I never once saw a single black person on the marshes. Not one. True, down on Hackney Marshes there are football fields and the black kids go down there to play football, but in Tottenham, never. I do not for a moment believe that black people are prevented from walking anywhere or feel discouraged because it's only something for white people. The truth is that generally speaking, black people don't want to go walking about in the countryside or roaming about marshes and so on. They seem to prefer being in streets for things to do, which is absolutely fine. I've never in all my life heard such foolishness as this current business about ethnically diverse areas being deprived of access to the out of doors.